dipukul, lepas itu lama-kelamaan disiram air panas, lepas itu jalan terus di setrika badan saya, lepas itu semuanya dipukul. Saya dipukul di kepala, lepas itu saya mandi tidak siram rambut saya, kepala saya masih ada luka. Lepas itu diambil air panas, langsung disiram.
Tell me about the ironing incident.
Apa kerja pun kalau saya gosok gitu dia sudah ambil simpan di dalam lemari, dia asal simpan, lepas itu dibilang saya yang salah gosok, lepas itu disuruh saya gosok lagi, tapi kasih contoh di badan saya tak bisa nahan, tak bisa lawan.
Did you struggle?
Saya rasa kesakitan dan panas, tapi gimana saya tak bisa lawan. Kalau saya lawan dibuat lagi, kalau saya nangis pun dipukul lagi, digosok lagi.
Did you tell anyone about the abuse?
Tidak ada.
The case is continuing and won't be resolved for some time yet.
Okay, now we have, I think, some biodatas for you to look through.
There's considerable scepticism in Malaysia about the case, but the business of supplying maids goes on.
Are they all medically fit?
Yeah, I think they already have,
they have done their medical
checkup in the country of origin. Yeah.
Angela Lim is looking for a new maid. She's a businesswoman, busy and a mother of two.
But actually, I'm looking for somebody who can cook. First priority is cooking. Second will be housekeeping.
Sulaiman Abdullah's agency has supplied her with maids over the years, but the last one ran away after only a month. And Mrs. Lim says the Bernat saga unfairly blackens employers.
Can you reserve this maid for me first?
Okay.
Until I see the balance of the other 5 maids. I don't think so that we Malaysians are that unhuman, because we are all working parents. We have families, we have kids in the house, and we don't do such thing to the maid. Sometimes they can't take the pressure, and they intentionally abuse themselves to get sympathy.
She says she was ironed on her chest and on her back. How can you iron your back though?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's iron on her back. Iron is only the front. The iron, she do it in front. At the back, I think she used steel metal to hit her back. But all this, I think, well, these people, if they want to do it, they can do it.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Indonesian psychology student Muhammad Iqbal has been counselling the maids, and he sees a different side.
Saya tidak percaya pernyataan itu. Saya ingin katakan bahwa Nirmala adalah sehat. Nirmala memiliki mental yang baik. Tidak mungkin dia bisa melakukan menyiksa dirinya sendiri. Hayya 'alal falah.
He's also been interviewing them for his PhD thesis. It's on the abuse of these women.
Apabila mereka sudah bertahun-tahun tidak pernah keluar rumah atau tidak pernah berbicara dengan orang lain selain hanya majikannya yang mungkin beretnis selain Melayu misalnya atau Cina atau India, mereka akan susah kembali untuk berbahasa Indonesia. Mereka kehilangan personality Indonesianya. Mereka kehilangan kebermaknaan hidupnya.
It's Sunday morning and no wonder the Filipino maids are happy. Unlike their Indonesian sisters, it's their day off. They also earn much more. Malaysia's Home Affairs Minister says that's justifiable.
You see, with the Philippines, they have already stated in their law to say that if you take our maids, this is the minimum wage. With Indonesia, no.
So it's really the onus is on the Indonesians to do this?
They have asked, so we said no, because see, we have got 320,000 Indonesian maids in our country, big number. And if we say, there is a fixed wage for them, our employers Malaysian will say, no. Some say that I can afford to pay this.
The Bernat case forced Malaysia and Indonesia to negotiate better conditions for the maids. Bluntly, though, Indonesian women won't get the same rights as Filipinas.
Why shouldn't the Indonesians be able to get the same for their workers?
Because the quality of our maid and Filipino maid is different. The Filipino, they speak English. They can watch the children, to receive the telephone. Everything to be done by the maid. But not our maid. They only cooking, cleaning, so they don't have any bargaining position.
As for earning a day off,
No, I do not think that maids should be given a day off.
You don't?
Yeah, I don't.
Why not?
Because it's very difficult. You see, you work as a maid in a house, you work in the house. Most of our maids, they're part of the family. That's how Malaysians accept maids here, you see. We go shopping together with the maids. If you go to shopping centers now, you see a lot of them bringing their maids along going shopping. And that's the day off. Otherwise, if you tell the maids you can take a day off, as far as Indonesian maids are concerned, that's very, very difficult.
Why?
Because there are so many of them. There are 220,000 of them. Yeah, there's so many of them, And then can you imagine them going out and wow, it create a lot of problems.
Indonesia could do much more to protect its citizens. Workers' rights, though, are clearly less important for Jakarta than the billions of dollars sent home by workers abroad. And then there are the 24 million unemployed Indonesians to think about. So there's not much prospect of change, not least because changing the national psyche may prove difficult. Malaysian government policies favouring ethnic Malays has created deep resentment among other races. The rash of maid abuse cases highlights a behaviour called compensation, where some employers, unhappy with the system, take it out on their maids. Psychologist Muhammad Iqbal has been investigating this issue.
Teori kompensasi di Indonesia mengatakan bahwa apabila kita tidak senang atau tidak suka marah kepada seseorang dan kita tidak bisa meluahkan atau mengungkapkan kemarahan kita kepada orang lain dan kita melihat orang lain di samping kita, maka kita akan dapat melimpahkan kemarahan kita kepada orang lain tersebut. Nah, ini menunjukkan sebenarnya kalau kita menganalogikan kasus kenapa banyak majikan yang beretnis Cina melakukan kekerasan terhadap pembantu rumah Indonesia.
This nation is going to get a backlash. You're going to have families bring up children who will believe it is normal to abuse, to treat others inhumanly. And therefore, what I foresee is we will only increase violence in our society if we do not address the problem today.
Had these maids ended up in Singapore, Taiwan or Hong Kong, they would have been better protected by the law. They'd even have a day off. Ironically, it's in the comfort zone of a like-minded country that they've suffered the worst betrayal.